All right, today we're going to be practicing creating a bouncing ball in Flash, like a squash and a stretch. So the program we're using is Flash. You can go to Start, All Programs, Adobe Master Collection, and then you're going to go to Adobe Flash Professional. Okay. And then in order to open up a project, just say File, New, and we're using ActionScript 3.1. Okay, and then here's your main frame. First, we're going to bring in just a basic background. So I'm going to go on to Google and type in like a beach scene. And then I'm just going to go right click, copy image, go back to Flash, and I'm going to paste in my beach scene. Holding down the Shift key, I'm going to enlarge it. Okay, and there we go. So now I have kind of my scene where my ball will be bouncing. Maybe lift it up a little bit. Okay. Next, I'm going to have this be my beach. Okay. Next, I'm going to create a new layer, and this is going to be my ball layer. Okay. And I'm going to go on to Google, and I'm going to get a ball. I'm going to right click. I'm going to copy my image, and I'm going to paste it into Flash. Now, we have this white background. We need to remove that. And this is a great tool. You literally just click on the image over here, right click, say edit with Adobe Photoshop, get your magic wand tool, select the white area, clean it up, deselect, and then you say File, Save. And it literally, then you go back to Flash, and there it is removed. That's sweet. Okay, so we're going to modify, transform, free transform. I'm going to make it a little smaller. Okay, and I'm just going to put my ball over here for now. Okay, now I'm going to go in and get my bucket. Go into Google, type bucket. I'm going to grab a pail, copy image, Flash, and again I'm going to paste it into Flash. Okay, now this is so bitmap 3. I'm going to right click and I'm going to again edit with Adobe Photoshop. Remove my white background, delete. And at this point, I'm actually going to cut out this part because when my ball bounces into my bucket, I want it to go in between these two layers. So I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to say File, Save. Okay, so I have that part of my bucket. But I'm actually going to be putting this on a different layer. So at this point, I'll delete it. I'm going to go back to Photoshop, File, New, Transparent Background, and I'm going to paste the remainder of my bucket. And again, we'll walk through this many times. And I'm going to say File, Save. At this point, you do have to save it as a PNG. I'm going to call it my top, and I'm going to save it. Okay. All right, so let's have some fun here. I have my beach ball. I'm going to get my new layer. This will be my bucket. I spelled it wrong. That's okay. Bring in my bucket. Now, it's above, the layer is above my ball. So if I take my ball, it'll go behind it. So that's perfect. Make that a little bigger. Okay. Now we're going to bring in, go import to library. I'm going to bring in that top. And then I'm going to bring my top in, but I'm going to put my top on a different layer. And the reason is because I want it to be in behind the ball. So I'm going to bring my top in. Now, kind of size it up so it matches. Okay. Now let's see if I grab my ball. So I want my ball to be behind the bucket, but I want the top to be in front of it. So I'm going to bring it down. So it's going to go top, ball, bucket. So see there. So when it goes and disappears, see that? So again, you want top, ball, bucket. All right, right, let's begin. In order to make sure your beach scene, your top, and your bucket are at the end of our scene, we're going to take our beach and put it at 50. So click on 50 frame stop and then hit F6. Click on bucket, 50 frame stop, F6, and click on top, 50 frame, and then F6. So now you've made sure that all these objects will follow through. Let's just make that a little smaller. Okay. At this point, now we're going to bounce the ball and bounce it into the bucket. If you want to go and get what's called a squash and stretch bouncing ball, you can to follow. Okay, so you would just right click it, copy image, go into Flash, and then paste it. And this could be sort of a template to follow. Okay. Because of learning purposes right now, and we don't have a ton of time on the video, I'm actually just going to show you the frame stops and bounce it into the bucket. Okay, so all you do is you have your ball here. Actually, you know what? Let's follow it because it'll be easier for you guys. Okay, so I have that on my ball layer. Control copy, get a new layer, paste it. Okay, there we go. All right, so let me get my ball and bring it above here. So I'm going to start my ball out here, right? Now all I do, check this out. You go start here, you move it, pick a frame, F6. Move it, pick a frame, F6. Move it. You might want to squash it, rotate it a little. Pick a frame, F6. Move it. Pick a frame, F6. So say it with me. Move it. Pick a frame, F6. Move it. Pick a frame, F6. Move it. Pick a frame, F6. And I'm going to bypass a few because of learning purposes. There. Get exactly where you want it. Pick a frame, F6. Move it. Make sure that little dot is inside the center. Ay, ay, ay. Pick a frame, F6. Move it. Pick a frame, F6. So when I said it's slow goings, it's very slow. All right. And the more attention you pay to detail, the better it's going to look. Pick a frame. Oh, don't want to move that. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Move it. Pick a frame, F6. Move it. I'm going to skip a few. Pick a frame, F6. Oh, keep doing that. Move it. Pick a frame, F6. And then, I can probably lock the layer and then move it in. Pick a frame, F6. So I skipped a few layers because of time. Now, if we play it, let's rewind it, play it, and it goes away. Okay. Now let's get rid of this guy because that's going to mess us up here. Okay. Control, rewind, command, play. There. Okay. It kind of got messed up at the end there. But you get the idea. I don't know why it's moved over like that. Oh, because it kept moving. Okay, that's why. Okay, we're running out of time. All right, so let's do that again. That's funny. Okay. Okay, and then of course, really quick, it's at 24 frames per second. If you lower it down to 10, it's going to go a lot slower. So let's see if we can get this in before 1, 2, 3. Okay. It's not totally smooth, but it works. Okay, have fun.